Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Cofagrigus as a shadow Pokemon. This Pokemon is only available through raids. I'm going to remote raid here. And I want to give it a try. I know I am not allowed to use 2 charge moves here like in the last video towards Trevenant, but I already climbed with Trevenant. So how bad could this go? Honestly, I thought this would be going quite a bit worse, because I do think that the Cofagrigus, while having better stats than Trevenant, is going to be a worse Pokemon, for the main reason of having not the same typing, having not a secondary type, basically, being just a pure ghost type. And, yeah, you don't have a cheap move. You just don't have a cheap move. There is not really a lot that you would be able to learn in the main series games either. The best move you can go for is going to be that Dark Pulse. And you're going to see me here. There's going to be one battle, which is not the first one. It's kind of semi-randomized here today. The first battle that I did actually was running the moveset of Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball until I faced a certain Pokemon, which kind of made me change it. You will see it here in the first few battles as well, because I have the first 5 games together, and then the next 5 games I did 2 sets again, because I want to keep 2 sets for later on when the new league is dropping. Actually, like the Open Great League is dropping there. So yeah, basically what we're going to have here is now a team that was doing surprisingly well. As you're going to see in the first one, we were able to win this one. And so how did this go? If you can read the title, I hit expert rank with this team. This is quite crazy. I don't know like how many people hit expert yet. Like, of course, it's going to be quite a few at this point. But the lowest point in the leaderboards currently is like 2,870, which is, yeah, basically just 120 points over expert, which is not that much. So I'm getting kind of close to the leaderboards with a new Pokemon that just got released that doesn't actually have a secondary charge move. Like, oh, how ridiculous is that? So yeah, I was able to get up to over 2,760 with this, 50 actually, with this team here. And here, this is the matchup that kind of made me change my moveset. This was the first battle that I did with this team. I got walled by Diggersby. This is kind of the main idea behind this team anyway. You kind of want to use the say-sop of Cofagrigus. I think that the core of Jerson and Tinkaton is basically perfect, because they kind of cover each other's weaknesses basically practically perfectly as well. And so what I kind of wanted to do here is I kind of just want to set up that core. I want to bait out a potential answer for the Jellicent. And so in that, I should have went straight away for the coverage move of having Dark Pulse in order to hit like normal type Pokemon for neutral damage, but I didn't, and this kind of cost me this game. But not only this, the opponent also was able to catch this move here, which was kind of annoying, and which kind of course has quite a bit of an impact towards this battle now. As you're gonna see, the opponent is going to be able to go for another charge move. If I would have got the Shadow Ball off earlier, I think I actually still had a very solid chance of winning this battle. But like this, I have no chance anymore, and I'm just going to still try my best. My only play here is to get up to 2 Surfs, by the way. That's what I try to do. I wasn't able to succeed with it, which I expected I wouldn't be able to succeed with it, but it's alright. We are going to just, yeah, leave this game as this, and after this, we're only going to have Dark Pulse on our Cofagrigus. And so we're going to have here Florges. Florges against us in Elite is going to be an interesting Pokemon. This Pokemon is going to be quite alright for us. This is going to be something where I can just go ahead and go for those play roughs. This is going to be totally okay for me. As we're going to see here now, this is going to do some solid damage. And we just need a little bit of damage on the floor just to even put them into Shadow Claw range for my Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus has a lot of fast move pressure. And so this is kind of on what I try to do here with Elite as well. I try to put them into a range where I can just farm them down with my backline. And here we were able to actually win that lead matchup. And now we face off against a Shadow Drifblim. Not the greatest matchup, as Astonish is doing more damage and then the Shadow Claw from us. But we're going to be able to get the first shield here from the opponent as well, which is going to be great. And at this point, we put them into the range where I actually should be able to use 2 shields on my Jellicent and farm them down in time. Why is it the case? Because the opponent is quite low, and because we are always getting a free fast move in when the opponent goes for a charge move, as we have a 3-turn move against a 3-turn move. This is not the case if you're a Shadow Claw, for example. They can kind of deny your fast moves there. Here, this is not the case. But as you can see, there is going to be the carving still in the back. We can still take a hit, and I decided to go for the boulders. This was maybe a little bit of a misplay. I sure went ahead and went for the player off, which does more damage, to put them into a range where I can just knock them out with a surf. Because if I can knock them out with a surf, I am kind of in a good position now. But as you guys see, they are not going to get knocked out, but they're going to now go down still before they can go for another charge move. And with that, they decide to forfeit, because they know I would have been able to fully farm them down. Next up, we are going to have here a solid lead force. We're going to see the Quagsire coming in, and I will decide to use a shield here. And while there's a Fearow in the back basically still lurking, I decide to yeah, just go for the shield here because I do think it's better to have energy on that Jellicent and try to get the shields down maybe even from the opponent. But as you're going to see here, the opponent's Quagsire is going to take quite a lot of damage from the Shadow Ball. The Stone just coming through still, doing a lot of damage. This puts us just into farmland range for the Fearow, but not in time for them to knock me out before I am going to be able to go for a double Surf. And as you're going to see, this is going to allow us now to get, yeah, the shield, which is alright. And we see the full farmland happening as well, which is totally okay. As you can see here, Tinkaton is coming in. This is going to be okay for us. This is going to be the Drill Run coming through. It's still going to do some solid damage, but as you see as well, there's going to be now the Lantern coming in. And against the Lantern, we just need a little bit of damage here. As you're going to see now, the Cofagrigus swapping in. This is going to be alright for us, because now one Dark Pulse hopefully is going to be enough to knock them out with the extra fast move damage. But I'm not too sure if this is actually going to be the case here. So let's see. Dark Pulse is coming in. This is going to be interesting, as now there is going to be enough health for them to survive my fast moves. I have a Dark Pulse stored. This forces the final shield from the opponent, and now I just have to try to reach a player off in time in order to knock them out. Bull is not going to do it. We are kind of still in the right spot, and as you can see here, we see him Pitta. The opponent just now got to their second charge move there as well. They have 2 drill packs stored, but it doesn't matter because the player off is coming through, allowing us to win this battle, and we can move on to the next one. So far we lost one battle due to me having the wrong moveset kinda on my Cofagrigus, and also the opponent playing quite well, catching the move there. Next opponent is running Roserade, and honestly I was a little bit scared here. The reason why is that we are going to have here a Pokemon that has the potential to just one-shot everything, basically, on my team, because you have access to Weather Wall. Okay, it doesn't one-shot our lead, it's gonna do a ton of damage though, but you have the access to Leaf Storm. And so what I decided to go for is I'm just gonna go for the full farm down. Here's where the fast move is coming through, but actually they're going to run Grass Knot here, which doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I can go for the Dark Pulse against Sableye. With that, I'm going to get the shield back, and I can go for another Dark Pulse, which is gonna do some sort of damage or gets the next shield. So let's see what we're gonna get here. We're gonna get a lot of damage onto them, which is totally fine. This is kind of where I could have been generally as like the best possible point right now, but we have to hope there's something in the back that's weak to Jellicent, and we're going to see here a Pokemon that is weak to Jellicent. It's going to be the Nidoqueen, and this is basically the best Pokemon that I could imagine. Why? Because not only are we going to be able to resist the Fast Move and the Poison Fang here, we are also going to be able to one-shot them with a Surf, which is kind of something that you don't see with a lot of Pokemon. Even if they're going to be weak to Surf, they don't take as much damage, but Nidoqueen with a Shadow on top of it is taking so much damage from us that we are going to be able to knock them out in a one hit, and with that the opponent forfeits, and this is going to be a 4-1 for the first set with this team. We're going to have the teapot on the head already as well for this current event, and this is going to be the set that got me up to Expert. Of course, we're going to have another set coming up here, but look at this. Expert with a not even double move Pokemon. It's quite hilarious, isn't it? Like, I find it funny. Of course, you are going to have better results if you have a double move Pokemon. I guess in this case, we are going to have a double move Pokemon for the people who really want to talk about that, but we have Frustration here, which you cannot remove because yeah, like Frustration is such a bad move, and it's currently not available to remove in the current event. I think there is going to be, I think we need like a few more weeks, I think 3 weeks left or something, until we are going to be able to remove this one. So it's going to be interesting. As you can see here, we are going to be able to go for the nice charge move here as well. This is going to allow us to go for the Bulldoze, and we're going to have now the Jellicent up against Jirachi. Of course, we're going to be able to win this one. Ripperly is going to be next, really well performed in Frankfurt Regional. I am excited for all the regionals coming up as well, can't wait for them here. But as you're going to see, there is going to be the Fear against us, which is actually totally alright. We can go for the player off. I think we're going to be able to guarantee win this in the T-shirt scenario. But as we will see, there's going to be now, sadly, we have to go for a shield here. That's going to be what we have to do. We have to go for a shield. There's not really a lot that we can do otherwise. And as we will see here as well, the player off is coming through. This is going to be shielded. We are going to have here the Dark Pulse coming through as well soon. But as you can see, we have to shield this move up first and hope that we can knock them out here. And they still get another move. I should have just went straight. But then again, I do think I would lose Team Pitta against the Fearow, so I should have not went straight. Yeah, it's a bit awkward. It's very much awkward because now we're going to be able to get the KO here, but they're going to have in the back a Swampert, which is honestly alright for my team generally, but I'm quite far behind now at this point. There's not a lot that they can do about it. I tried catching the move here, it didn't work out. they are going to be able to go for the Hydro Cannon. I know they are not yet in range for a Shadow Ball, and so I have to kind of overfarm a little bit anyway in order to put them into the range, because I know I can get them into the range with just the fast moves and, yeah, the Shadow Ball in afterwards, but it is not that great. As you're going to see here, the KO is coming through. We're going to have the Tinkaton coming in, and Surf is now going to connect against the opponent. This is going to allow us to get some solid damage in, but can we still reach another move? We had to try to catch the move here. It didn't work out. Can we survive what's called the bulldoze from the opponent here? Let's see if this is going to work out for us. There's going to be the bulldoze coming through. It is going to be not enough for us to survive, and we're sadly going to go down here. Next up, we're going to have here the Venusaur against us. This is going to be a matchup again where we're going to be able to go for, hopefully, some, I don't know, like I think it's best to get just energy here, because we cannot really hit them, but they cannot really hit me either. And I'm just going to go into my Venusaur, against the Venusaur into my Cofagrigus and get some energy. And as we see here, they didn't swap out straight away, so they don't really have a hard counter, I guess. Never mind, they have that Diggersby. But they went for a charge move first, which means they're going to be locked in against our Jellicent for a bit, so that's not too bad. I was trying to keep some energy here on to my Cofagrigus for later, because I don't think I really need to throw anything here yet. And now we're going to have our Jellicent up against that Diggersby, and my goal is to kind of get some energy here, because energy up is going to allow us to kind of swap out faster again. As you're going to see, the swap out now into their next Pokemon, which is going to be the Ampharos. We're kind of getting just hard walled here, to be fair. There is not a lot that I can do about this. Like, I guess our lead wasn't really a hard wall, but it's not the greatest matchup for us either. And as you guys see here, Shadow Ball's coming through. It's going to get them kind of low. And now, do I want to use a shield or not? I decide not to shield, because I don't really think, like, I'm going to get aligned against the Venusaur. So, like, it's not going to be the best matchup anyway. We are going to see the Venusaur coming back in again, allowing us to swap out into the Cofagrigus. And this is allowing us as well to get the shield from the opponent. As Diggersby is coming in next, we can go for Dark Pulse. This is going to allow us to get some damage onto them, but can we still win this battle? It's going to be close, because you have to still get rid of the Venusaur and that Diggersby, and they are going to be able to go for the full farm down and make a mistake here. I should have went for the play rush straight away. I do think I wouldn't see Pitta. I'm facing and I wouldn't see Pitta, and this will have allowed me to keep my one shield here, and this is going to change the game quite entirely. If I went for my charge move straight, if I wasn't that greedy, I would have slid a shield and I would have been able to win this battle. Guaranteed. Like this, I have to survive a friendly plant at this point, which I know I won't. And so this is going to be it for this battle. We're going to be able to now move on to the next one, where we will face the Golurk lead. Of course, the worst possible lead here. We have a swap out straight away into our Cofagrigus. They're going to retaliate with Moltres. Not a lot that I can do here, can I? Like, there's really not a lot that I can do. Funnily enough, though, if you could purify your Cofagrigus, which you definitely would be able to do, especially if you have like a low level account for the Great League, you would be able to hit Dark types all of a sudden for neutral damage, which might be an interesting thing to do. But as we will see as well, there is going to be now the Moltres coming in. It's going to go for the Fly. It's still doing a lot of damage against me. The swap out into the Golurk, lurking out my Jellicent, my Ghost type Pokemon here. This is basically impossible for us to win. We are still going to be aligned against Moltres. Against the Moltres, we might still be able to go for a Surf, but that's basically it. Our lead is already low still from the Moltres. We're just getting walled here, left, right, and center, which is alright. We have actually a nice background now. The Halloween event still started. But as you see as well, the opponent is going to now be able to go even for another charge move against our Tinkaton. We have to shield it. Our only hope is that we can fully farm them down. But even then, we're going to see the Tentacruel in the back. This is not a bad matchup at all, actually. That would have not been a bad matchup. But we are shields down, the opponent still has a shield left, and we have no way of stopping out anytime soon. So it's impossible. It is impossible. I don't really have to talk about that here. It's just not really possible for us to win this. But we got Walt in the lead, and Walt is on the say-so position. There's nothing that you can really do there then as well with a team like this, especially with something like a Shadow Cofagrigus. And speaking of getting walled, we were just, like, the game wasn't kind to us today. And that's alright. We're going to have here the charge move coming through from the opponent. The Diggersby is going to go ahead and go for the Scorching Sands. And we have now the Weezing coming in. I'm going to try my best to go for the Dark Pulse, but yeah, as you see, the opponent is going to be able to go for a Brutal Swing still, go and knock us out. We're going to be able to go into our what's called Tinkaton. And this is going to drop the defense of the opponent. So this is alright. We can go ahead and let the move go here. It's going to be a Sludge. And we will be able to go for another charge move here, which is going to allow us to get them down. This is cool. We have now Jellicent against the Diggersby just to get the Lapras against it. Honestly, Jellicent is in a great spot. The issue is we are in the 2-shot scenario right now. Why is it an issue? Because Lapras charge moves are actually going to be all resisted. Our fast and charge moves are neutral. The issue is the opponent is actually going to be able to get a ton of energy here. And this is definitely not going to work out for us, as now we see the Shadow Ball coming through. This is going to get shielded, of course. And now we have to shield up resisted damage here from the opponent. We still need the Jellicent for the other matchup as well. We can't try to stop out of here as well soon. The game lagged a little bit there, but I don't think it really mattered. And with that, we're just going to be in a very tough spot. A Sparkling Arrow comes through. We're going to try our best. There's a Shadow Ball coming in. This is going to be fine. At least it's going to do some solid damage. But as you see as well, this is going to connect. We're going to have the Tinkaton coming in. We have to take the hit. This is going to be the Sparkling Area. And in comes the Diggersby again. We would need to reach something like a Player of in time. We cannot. And with that, this is going to be it for the final battle. Sadly, we got kind of really hard-walled in the last few battles, like the last 4 battles there. I think there was next to nothing I could have done better in order to win the battle. And that's alright. This is going to be the first video. I hit expert with this team, which is funny, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.